What type of people do you think are homeless?
Lazy people.
So how do you feel about homelessness?
Homelessness, it's unfortunate or fortunate. I feel like sometimes people deserve it and sometimes people don't deserve it. You recording right now?
Yeah.
Okay, so I just learned through a good companion of mine right now that homeless in Irvine, the local police come pick up the homeless and drop them off in Santa Ana so that the homeless would not be in the Irvine community. How embarrassing and sad and very hypocritical of a society to do that, right? Anyways,
definitely.
Yeah.
That's very news to me, but spread the word, yeah?
My name is Wei Long Yip. Okay, so why do you think people become homeless in the first place? In the first place, I think it doesn't working hard.
Homelessness today is seen as something it's a stigma, and it's seen as something that is a real bad thing. We see homeless people as someone or people that are not part of us, and we're all people. We all are.
I did not plan on becoming homeless. I did not want to become homeless. This country does not need 72-year-old women with broken arms sleeping in the bushes.
The hardest thing is for us being on the streets is, for me at least, is finding a place to sleep where we're not moved and bumped around a lot by other people, city officials, police, property owners.
There are police officers who are perfectly prepared to move you along wherever you're at. And, unless, like myself, you have a shopping cart that you can push, you're basically going to lose everything that you're not wearing.
It's very hard to find shelter. Me, last night, I had to just pick randomly a business with an awning or something that will protect me from the rain, So I did that. Very late at night, I did that. I think it was 1 or 1:30 in the morning when the business was closed. I simply laid out my blanket on the ground, fell asleep, made sure that I was sheltered from the rain underneath this business that was closed. And I set my alarm for, I think, 4:30 or 5 in the morning, way before the business opened. So thus far, nobody knew I was there. Not a soul. Every little bit of work I can get brings me that much closer to getting off the streets. I don't know when that's going to happen. Hopefully in the near future. When somebody like myself or others in general that are homeless on the street and they're panhandling, asking for change, trying to get food in their stomach, maybe trying to save up for a room to take a shower, help them out if you can. If you can't, that's okay. But don't, whatever you do, try not to get mad at the person because they're not stealing from you. When a person that's less fortunate than others, that's merely trying to survive and get by until they can get off the street, until they can get a job, until they can better themselves, or maybe they're trying to stay sober like I am, and it's hard. I'm struggling with a lot of stuff. People have to put that in perspective, more or less, and do your best to understand. It's hard for a lot of people in general to understand that because they're not living like that.
I think any community across the United States, homeless is it's bad. It's horrible, People see it and then they ignore it, they acknowledge it, but they don't do anything about it, And it's just getting worse and worse and worse. And it's very sad.